good evening, wherever you are. Teachers teaching online, or about to teach online, or who've been teaching for a long time online. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Yusuf Tamer. I think I'm pronouncing your last name wrong. I'm not saying Tamer because I know it's not that, but you can. Tamer. That's right. It's interesting. I was just talking to Yusuf about how we've known each other for several years and have worked closely in MOOCs before this and in Facebook and other social media. So I see his name everywhere. I type his name all the time, but I don't often pronounce it. And I very rarely, in fact, have not seen him face to face since I was in Kenitra, Morocco, where he is in the south of Morocco, and it's just wonderful to see his face and see him here with us. He's also a facilitator in this MOOC. There are several, Major Tom, Mr. T, which is Yusuf Tamer, and we also have Story Paul and a few others who are, and Sylvia, of course, who are here. And can you see and hear me okay before we test Yusuf and he says hello? You can. Good. I'm not ignoring you guys. I want to greet you in a moment. I'm so excited to have Yusuf here. He really is a dear colleague of mine. About the presentation as well. Good. I'm glad most of you can see and hear. Yusuf, hello. Let's see if we can hear you.
Everyone. Hi. Do you hear me? Is that okay?
Okay. Sounds great.
Good.
Really nice. Yeah, whatever you're using, your computer, your microphone, your headphones, WizIQ really likes it.
I'm using your Mac, like your Mac. Yeah.
It does like Macs.
Hopefully it does like stay like this until the end of the show today.
Right. Although first impressions are important. Speaking of first impressions, we have here, if you're on Facebook, maybe you've seen this, but if you're not, maybe you haven't. So I have, before we greet everyone, I have this quiz question. What do these countries share in common? And if you were with us yesterday for the session when we were talking about Khaled's Kamel session, we were talking about countries and where we're from. Do you know the answer to this question? What do these countries share in common? Irma's got it. Are you on the blue team or the red team? Do you know which country Yusuf is from? Do you know all of these countries from Morocco? Is that correct, Yusuf?
Let's see the others. Okay. So, yeah, since we have two there, it's Morocco then. Okay.
Two's enough. Okay, great. Well, let's say hello. So let's see how many other countries we have here. Czech Republic is here represented. We have Brian in the UK, Poland, India, more from India, China. Who's counting? Jordan, wonderful. Canada, USA, Bulgaria, Russia, Netherlands, fantastic. A diverse group as always, the Netherlands. Portugal. More from India. Excellent. Really nice to see everybody here. We are continuously would be a better word actually than continually, getting new people in Teachers Teaching Online. They're joining at still a great rate. We probably are going to hit 4,000 people today, so I'm very excited about that. If you're new, you may be a little bit unsure what's going on this week because we scheduled live classes for 4 weeks. We finished those live presentations, and we decided to have an extra week, a week 5, where we are showcasing teachers who are participants in the MOOC, not the original presenters, but teachers who, like Yusuf, are interested in sharing the knowledge they have, and also having the chance to check out the virtual classroom, get the feel of what it's like to be here. So it takes a lot of courage if you haven't done this before. Yusuf has done a lot of teaching and a lot of training, but I'm not sure how much he's done in the virtual classroom. Can you tell us, Yusuf?
Not very much, to tell you the truth. This is my first online presentation. So usually what I do is I record my lectures and then I post them online, and then I can get commands, participation from students. But this is first online, immediate, face-to-face.
Wow, that's great. I'm honored that you're doing this. Because you do great work, and actually I've seen when you put this one up online, a lot of people were interested in it. So it's great that you're taking time today to be here and do this. I see a really bright future for you and so many people here doing things in the virtual classroom with us in WizIQ. So let's get to it. You know the drill. I will turn off my microphone and camera, but I am always here facilitating, and if you need me to come back in, please, I'll switch you over to your slides here. Do you want to start with this slide, or do you want to go back to
one, of course, title? I'll do it.
Yeah, and then from there, it's all you, man.
Thank you very much, Jays. I really appreciate it. Yes, thank you. It's really an honor for me to present in this online training. I would like you to bear with me, okay, right? Because this is my first experience to do something online, face-to-face, and I see people listening to me. Let me present myself first. So my name is Yusuf Tamer. I'm an associate professor at Ibn Zohar University in Agadir. I have been interested in the use of technology in general for quite some time now, something like maybe 5 years now, and I have been trying to learn as much as I can and try to, of course, to adapt and to use what I learn and to apply it. And I will be presenting, and sorry if I don't follow the chat box, because this is my first experience. I will be just presenting what I have in the slide, and if we finish, and then we can have time for discussion, and then at that time I can focus on the chat, right? So my aim here is to share with you some of the things that I have learned about a powerful technology that is provided by Google. So as you know, they have this thing called Google Apps, which includes a number of resources that can be used either in business or education. So, and these resources, you are familiar with quite some of them. Most common is like the one that you know is called Gmail. Of course, after that we have YouTube, and then we have Google Docs, and then we have Google Calendar. We have also Google Talk, and in addition to many other apps that have been created by Google to help teachers do their job in better ways. The first thing I start with is, so this is a recap again of some of the tools provided by Google. So you have Gmail there, calendar, sites also, talk, video, and docs. And all these tools are free, which is really incredible and very good for us teachers to use in our classroom and education in general. I will not talk about all of these tools, right? Because it's going to be time consuming to talk about all the tools. I will focus on 3 of them. I will focus on Google Docs, and then I will talk about Google Calendar, and then Google Sites. Okay, so this is the first thing I wanted to know about my presentation today. The next thing I want to say about this presentation today is that I'm not going to go into the technicalities of using these apps, okay? But I will provide you later on in our Facebook group, Teachers Teaching Online. I can provide you with videos that help anyone who is interested to go further into learning about how technically use these Google apps. Also, I will be using some links for doing further training. So what I will be doing exactly today is just talk about the ways how we can use Google Docs and Google Sites and Google Calendar. Some of the ways we can use in our education in order to improve, of course, our teaching and learning processes. These are just suggested ways, some of the ways. Of course, there are others, and as it has been going on throughout this Teachers Teaching Online course, it has been a community which is really incredible and very nice, and I like very much, where everybody is sharing what he knows with others. And this is what I share with you, and hopefully I can learn from you in our Facebook group further about this. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is Google Docs. Okay, we are familiar with Google Docs, and I think many of you are familiar with somehow, some way, with how to use Google Docs. So, Google Docs includes it's an alternative for the Microsoft Office. It includes the same tools as in Microsoft Office. We have word processor, we have spreadsheets, we have PowerPoint Maker, and also we have PDF readers. So it's the same alternative for Microsoft Office.